All right, it's time for another edition of SWAC Smoke. We coming back at you again. Um, another episode 26. Moving through these numbers, we making our way. We having a good time while we do it. Got a lot of things to talk about today. A lot of news popping off here and now. So just gonna go ahead and jump in, man. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, likewise, man. I'm enjoying myself. This weather is so up and down, but I,
Yeah.
I can't complain. Um, just
What you doing
really,
with somebody else's shirt on, man? You said you
oh man,
couldn't wear nobody else's shirt, man.
I had to wear this one, man. Like this shirt, I wear this shirt all the time, man. My folks don't let me in their house because I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
I actually met a guy at this like this liquor store, like the big superstore type of liquor stores. He actually
Yeah.
went to TSU and he stopped me in the store, like, man, what you doing with that shirt on? I'm like, bro, I just somebody gave it to
See,
me.
he set
And
tripping, ain't he?
yes, indeed. He like, ain't you a Jaguar? I'm like, yeah, but man, I'm trying to show love and actually,
Yeah.
he played at TSU back in the day, so I was like, I never met nobody from Texas Southern Baton Rouge, so
Yeah.
we chopped it up for a bit. So I just, I like to wear it, man. I when I was boy, when I was really upset with Southern football, I almost wore this to one of the games, man, because I was like, I
Oh
don't wear,
man.
but I didn't. So
Yeah.
and this is it. I don't think I wear too many other people's stuff unless they send me stuff. If you
Yeah.
send me something, I'll wear it all day. I'm just not gonna buy nothing.
What we got in the comments? Who is Cunningham?
Oh, MJ Cunningham, linebacker, JUCO, JUCO guy. He started at Oregon. Um, so he came. He committed today. Um, they got Jason Greathouse, excuse me. He defensive end. JUCO guy. Dooley hitting the JUCOs heavy, man.
That
So
dude you talking about Flip, right?
he flipped two. Somebody else flipped. What the he,
The defensive lineman from junior college flipped to Grambling.
yeah. So he flipped two guys, man. They both, I think, both New Orleans guys. So he flipped them. But we had a big they had a big official visit weekend last week. This weekend passed. A lot of guys was on campus.
Yeah.
Hey, the shirt is what it is, man. Y'all, this I'm Jag for life, but hey, it's just.
Uh,
But yeah, we had a
yeah,
yeah,
Starks
Sparks.
was
Yeah,
he was the LSU guy.
yeah. So Hugh didn't flip too, but Dooley. Well, Coach Drip, as a lot of people like to call him, he doing his thing, man. So we had a nice weekend, got a few commitments. So man, I'm just like, hold on till next Wednesday, man. Don't nobody flip no more
Yeah.
till signing day, please. I just want to make it to Wednesday with no more flip. Um, but it's been a interesting, recruiting is hot and heavy. JSU offering freshmen in high school, so it's it's on and popping right now.
Man, it's definitely a war between a few schools. I mean, there's some schools still, down in the dumps. I hadn't really heard nothing from, but Grambling, Southern, JSU constantly making headlines. But I've seen PV pop out with a commitment. Alabama State now they had a few. A&M done had a ton,
Yeah,
but
they A&M is living in the portal.
yeah,
Um, I don't even know how they got room for all these guys, but like they always say, the numbers gonna work out. Prairie View, they doing big things. They got a running back from my neck of the woods out of Zachary, Louisiana. Uh, Connor Wisham. That kid's he's a good back, man. Played for a team that won multiple state championships in 5A. He's a baller. So PV got them a good one. Like I say, Alabama State finally starting to do some things. The real estate agent finally putting in some work. Um,
yeah.
Alcorn doing a little something. Valley doing something. TSU getting a couple people. Uh, that just leaves one school really, man. Well, Bethune Cookman, I ain't really heard too much from them either. So
Nah, I ain't heard
two,
nothing from them.
two schools really kind of quiet. So we'll see what they do.
But that is a good question. What with these teams that are just loading up? what does that mean for the guys that's there? Because I know they ain't got that much scholarship money to go around.
Yeah, you kind of easing people out. Like Southern got a couple guys already hit the portal. Not necessarily because of that, but you know, somebody gonna have to go. That's just the way it goes. One come
Right.
in, unless you got a lot of space because you lost a lot of guys. But a team like that's loaded, somebody gonna have to go, and usually guys start to see the writing on the wall. I need to know about what happened. If you don't have to hit me on here, but hit me on my IG or something. If it's something that can't really be put out too good, I want to know what happened. I didn't hear anything about that. But got my boy Jamie G in the house. What's up, man? JSU in the house. We got a nice little representation going on today. What's happening?
I don't know if they got more scholarships. I don't know if they got more scholarships, do they?
No, I think it's what 63. But like a lot, I found out I didn't notice at one point, but I found out a lot of schools don't give full scholarships for football. So
Yeah.
that's how they getting a lot of these
They
guys
get
in.
away with it.
But
Yeah.
so I mean, it's only so much you can split. You can split 63 in half. That
Yeah.
still only leaves so many, and you're not gonna get everybody a half a scholarship. Somebody gonna come on a full. So some kind of way they massaging them numbers, but we'll see what happens. I just want to see signing day, man.
Right.
And I want to see people promote their classes on signing day. Please don't wait till 10 o'clock at night and I gotta watch the news and find out who you signed. So use those social media accounts. All SWAC teams. I know some of them already are, but everybody else, man, use your social media account.
Yeah, I was looking at Southern today, peeping in on y'all operating budget, athletic budget, and all that stuff from uh, Odom's last year. I was trying to find, pretty much everybody just pull some hard numbers, but some people got their stuff to where you got to be a lawyer to read it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Southern was pretty plain and simple, but I don't think them numbers was accurate because they broke even,
Oh,
completely
they
even.
always do that. They've been
Yeah,
they've
like
been doing that for years. Whenever you look at the budget,
yeah,
expenses and income,
yeah,
it always come out to zero. So I ever since I've been looking at that kind of stuff, it typically always hit zero at the end. So somebody
yeah.
know what's going on. Big Thrello in the house. What's up? You still got the TSU on. Hey, I'm gonna run this in the ground before the show is over. Y'all gonna make me take this shirt off. But it's just man, let's not waste let's not beat around the bush no more, man. I want to talk about the elephant that's in the room. I want to talk about this Boombox Classic being moved to Birmingham for 2 years. I know a lot of people upset. Like my Facebook blew up, my text blew up. A lot of people not happy. Some people happy. Um, Commissioner McClellan came on and he explained some numbers. So, let's start with how you feel about the move first and foremost. And Palm Bluff is doing it too. So y'all don't forget about PB when y'all talk about this. I know that's not a big deal, but let's not exclude them.
I don't really like it, man. Like Southern, a lot of their fans were saying, I mean, they got to drive by Jackson to get to Birmingham. I mean, I like those games at their respective stadiums. Personally, I don't see that as a neutral site game. It hasn't been one, so I mean, I don't think it's a great move. I understand the money, but we're gonna go back to Coach Prime. All money ain't good money. But I think at the end of the day, those two games supposedly weren't going to be played anyway. So I guess you have to kind of like take the good with the bad because you don't want to go 2 years without playing them either. So
Yeah, and I think that's what the whole thing is. They both teams don't really want to roll off each other's schedule. I don't like playing conference games or non-conference games. I don't like that. But Southern and Jackson is a long-term rivalry. Of course, everybody want to see them play each other. that's fine. But I home and home for me all the time. But as far as I know, we played them in New Orleans a couple times in the early 2000s. I did not like the atmosphere. It just don't feel right not being in either stadium. Um, you know why Jackson in all three. I mean, I mean, and that's no hate. That's just the truth. I mean, they got the marketable brand right now, and they feel like they're gonna bring the people. So, you know, I mean, you got to have them in it. That's and this game kind of fell in their lap. Maybe if maybe if this was a conference game, this might not. If we didn't roll out the schedule at this point, this might not have happened. So it was like a perfect storm of things. So it's just we'll just take it all we can do is take it one day at a time. Like I said, home and home. That's all. Home and home. Um, hey, I pay some money, but most likely I'ma still be there because I already told my wife. I told her we probably still gonna be there. I just support the team, but the numbers look good, and if it works out the way if it works out the way that I think it will, or the way they saying it will, it may be able to replace a money game. That's a huge win for me if we can do that.
Well, speaking of that, I don't know. Somebody got in there.
I know what the oh uh, we didn't got caught.
But speaking of that, a couple more schedules than came out, and I got a good question on that. Why is PB seem to be everybody homecoming? I looked at FAMU schedule; they scheduled for homecoming. Grambling is
Oh,
scheduled for homecoming.
I hope we didn't schedule y'all for homecoming. That'd be three because
That'd
as
be
far as I
bad.
know, we play Alcorn middle of the season. We got bad luck playing Alcorn for homecoming, so I don't know. I I don't want to. Maybe people feel like y'all the new Valley. The
Yeah,
Valley was homecoming bait for a long time. Um, and like I always say, if you're not gonna play a team that's a big rival for homecoming, you play somebody that you think you could beat. And I guess people looking at Pine Bluff like that, but it's I didn't know all them. I didn't know they was homecoming for those
yeah,
teams.
right. But
We probably
that's a fact. How?
I said we probably should return a favor since y'all played us for homecoming. We should probably return a favor.
No, don't do it. But yeah, they SWAC fan. That's a good point. Like it can lose some steam. Uh, Value Classic. I think that should stay like it is, honestly, because I mean that the tradition built around that thus far. People look forward to just go to New Orleans for that anyway. Honest, in my opinion, you might look at it a little different.
Like that the Bayou Classic, Magic City Classic, um, Florida Classic, State Fair Classic. Games like that are long running neutral sites, I don't have no problem with because they established, and it would be
Yeah,
weird to not play in that area. Like when we played in Shreveport for Bayou Classic in the spring, that just felt so weird. But any other game, neutral site just don't really work because they don't have the atmosphere of a home stadium. So unless it's like Circle City Classic or something like that, anything else, I like home and home.
well, what was your senior year, Thrillo? What year was that?
I know, and I don't know if he go back that far, but I know in '96 we played them for homecoming and we lost. They had Cedric Douglas at quarterback from Texas Southern. Dude ate us up on a bad ankle. Um, they had some good TSU teams in that day. We always schedule hard for homecoming. So
Oh, four. Okay.
I'm trying to think. I don't know who we played. We play like Texas College or somebody for homecoming, but typically we play like FAMU, Jackson State, Prairie View when they good. We play hard games for homecoming. We all corn. We never play a homecoming that we can easily win. So I don't understand what's supposed to do with homecoming.
Yeah, they try to play good competition, man. They don't wait around. Cortez Hankton was at TSU. 'Cause, 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 '
this is a comment. JSU playing Prairie View and Shreveport. I don't mind, but you know, I just them kind of games. I think you need two fan bases that's gonna travel, and Prairie View fans don't, other than Dallas, really they don't really go too many places. But they JSU would bring crowd. Grambling JSU would be a nice neutral site game in Shreveport, but I I just we played a few games in Shreveport against like Valley and Prairie View, and the draw was not good. So I'm just kind of skeptical on Shreveport.
You know what they need to move if they're gonna do a neutral site. They need to bring that Jackson State FAMU game closer
Yeah, and play it
than
later in the
Miami.
season.
Yeah, or play home and home. Now those games need to be home, but they don't. They really don't have enough room. Maybe in the vet, but definitely not at Bragg. That's a because Bragg be full by itself.
Yes,
You know what I'm
and,
saying? So
and they really don't want you there. So I mean, let's just keep it real.
yeah.
They really don't want you there. So they gonna sell you a little section of tickets, and that's it. So yeah, they I think it's still what just the energy of a home and home is just you just can't beat it.
Or take that game to Birmingham.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least
They're
they don't
gonna
have
take
an
something.
established, they don't have an established thing.
No. Yeah, take that game to Birmingham, man.
Now I will say if I don't know about home and home and Bayou Classic, and this is a radical thing. I know a lot of people are not gonna really like it, but if you were to do like a rotation thing, I would say Shreveport, and if you could find a way, you play it at LSU. Too, because you need bigger stadiums. I mean, I know a lot of people say people don't come to the Classic for the game, but people are there. They just don't always go sit down, but they there. So you need that space. So I think the Bayou Classic is just entrenched in New Orleans. I mean, it's just kind of what it is at this point. It'd be weird
Yeah.
not being there.
You don't have neither one of those campuses could hold it. You got what just inside the game, 60 plus thousand, even on a bad year, 60 some thousand people inside. Can
And I'm
can Mumford hold that? No.
nope. And Grambling can't hold it either. And
Nah.
if anybody been to Southern for a big game, it's hard to get on that campus. So if you can imagine a Bayou Classic crowd trying to get on that campus, you only got you got three ways on campus, and they all basically feed the same. You're looking at probably having to get on campus like 8 hours early just to get on campus. So it would still be crazy though. I will admit the atmosphere would be wild. That's why I love the SWAC championship at home site because
Yeah.
it's just a better atmosphere. You get more people who may not normally come because it's at that stadium. So I you can't beat a home environment. Let's just put it that way. You really can't
Yeah.
beat a home
The
environment.
revenue is one thing too, but also what I think about now this just from, Bayou Classic. I've been going the last probably 6 years now straight, and Champion Square, the concerts and all of that stuff is really set up perfect for what they do. You know what I mean? And once that's starting to die down, you just walk straight on into the stadium. But that's just my opinion. Curb my early. Yeah, like
Just come real early. So if you plan on coming for a game, bro, you need to come early. Alcorn, homecoming. Otherwise, you're gonna be late. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, that game is entrenched in New Orleans, so I never barring something crazy happen, I really don't ever see that changing. And like you said, it's all convenient. Everything is there. People are used to doing what they do. So
yeah,
if you move that game, especially the Baton Rouge, everything is away from campus. You got to drive everywhere. You know, the city don't. I mean, let's be 100. The city don't really want all us there, so they're gonna probably be crazy. LSU, if they got a game at home that weekend, it's gonna be it's just not logistically it would be rough.
Yeah, I agree. I think that should stay. But if they can find a way soon before it becomes something in Miami to move FAMU and Jackson State, I think that would be a very lucrative move.
I think they should go to Atlanta, man. I mean, I
Yeah,
know Atlanta get a lot of games, but both of them schools have huge bases in Atlanta, and you talking about honestly selling out the stadium because you know Atlanta is Black College Central. Everybody lived there at some point in their life, so it's always easy to get a turnout to a game, and those two teams they big in that area. So I would vote that if not a home and home.
I can go with that. I can get with that.
But whatever they do, play it later in the season, man. That's all I gotta say. Just play that game later in the season. If that game was late in the season this year, man, you talking about would have been crazy.
Hey, what's the turnout like, Thrillo, for TSU and PV? What does that turn out like? Do they have a name for that game?
The Labor Day Classic, and they alternate.
The Waffle House Bowl.
what what that was, the turkey leg place? Let them sponsor the game, man.
Yeah,
I'm enamored with them turkey legs, man. I'm sorry, I've been talking about that for like a week now. So I need to get there, but I think that game got a potential to get bigger now with TSU playing better. I
yeah.
think I think the problem is neither both teams aren't good at the same time, so I think that kind of hurts a lot. But they I think they draw fairly well, just not crazy numbers.
I always wondered about that. Like, aside from your JSU, Southern Grambling, Magic City Classic, who got the next biggest turnout? Is it always like Alcorn and JSU?
Yeah, yeah. Out of that group, yeah, Alcorn, JSU in Jackson. Alcorn got lit. I mean, they got those hills, so you
Yeah.
can squeeze a few more people in there. But is like um nothing is like playing in Jackson. So other than that, everybody's kind of the same. Southern and Alcorn typically draw big crowds, but you're not really gonna sell out.
Yeah, I remember when they played the Astrodome.
Yeah, I remember a few of them games, and like I said, the thing is with that series is they just haven't been good at the same time. And that's hard, because a lot of people don't want to come out if one team not gonna have a chance in your eyes, as a neutral fan. But I think this year, I think the game should draw pretty well this year.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm excited to see TSU. I'm still like on a high from last year, so I'm
Oh
really
yeah,
ready to see what they're gonna do.
I'm gonna be tuning into as many TSU games as I can. Like I said, I've adopted them a little bit, so I
Yeah,
mean, let me show some love. But I I just jumping real quick. TSU
yeah,
TV basketball, ESPNU broadcast Saturday, I think 5 o'clock or 5:30. So that's big. We hadn't had many SWAC games televised. That's a big game. Should be a good crowd. ESPNU. Um, great game, man. That's gonna be a hell of a game. PV is on the rise. Texas Southern is who they are. So when them two teams play, it's always it's always gonna be good. So I just wanted to put that out there.
along with your announcement of the what is it, Bridge Builders Classic or whatever in
Oh
Mobile.
yeah, Bridge Builders Classic Saturday. Um, Jackson State, Grambling
Yeah,
playing, and Bethune Cookman, Alabama State. They're playing in Mobile. Also, a few high school games. They got a whole thing going that weekend. That Saturday.
yeah.
So if anybody in that area want to, run and check out some basketball, two SWAC games, some big time high school games. So that's something that you really wouldn't miss. The SWAC games not the best, but you know, I mean, if you don't get a chance to see a lot of basketball, I think that would be a good opportunity for you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go support and watch Jackson State and Grambling since it's right up the road from where I'm at. it's probably the closest I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to go show my support and check them out.
Yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't mind. You know, I'm debating if I want to still convince my wife to go to Alcorn for the game Saturday, but
Yeah,
Mobile only like a 3 hour drive. But you know, it's hard to get her to travel for basketball, football.
yeah,
She all good. Basketball is like I gotta convince. But yeah, Valley coming up. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm waiting on these schedules to drop though, man. It's kind of it's like it's making you keep your excitement balled up because you don't know when and where, who playing who.
yeah, I actually saw Alcorn schedule come out today. Well,
I
I don't
did.
know. I don't think it was an official release,
Oh, okay.
but they they got Stephen F. Austin at home. That's a good home game. They got Tulane on the road. That's not a crazy money game, and they go into McNeese. So not a bad non-conference schedule, but I think all games that in a good travel area. So hopefully people can turn out for them. And Alcorn Southern on my birthday weekend, so that's October 15th, birthday weekend. I'm celebrating big time. Hopefully we can beat
Where is
Alcorn
it this
again.
year? It's
And Southern,
is
we
that
get them.
Southern?
Yeah, we get them 2 years in a row at home because of the
Oh
whole opt
yeah,
out thing.
yeah.
So back to back years at home, we'll be at Alcorn next year to get it back on the rotation. So
I see.
I'm really eager to see Southern schedule because I don't know other than the LSU game, obviously, and we playing FAMU on November 5th in Tallahassee. I don't know any other date, so I'm eager to see it. I want to see what the non-conference schedule gonna look like. So hopefully them schedules will start rolling out in the next week or so because I'm just eagerly awaiting, man. I need to put together travel plans and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I gotta
I
be
need
at
to know what's
Bragg for
happening.
that. Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna be in the house. Um, that's a game that you cannot miss. Whether
yeah.
it's in Mumford or Bragg, you cannot miss it. So it's gonna be regardless of how the game goes, the environment and atmosphere gonna be crazy. So hopefully I can I can get there.
I see. He talking about Brian Simmons, the band director, and the Blues.
The Blue Stove. You come to Baton Rouge, you gotta go to the Blue Store. Where the Blue Stove. Let me say it right. You gotta go to the Blue Stove, and not they got locations all across the city, but you gotta go to the original one right off of campus. Best chicken in town. Um, they got a cat that sit outside that'll talk to you. You can sit down in a chair and talk to the cat. Right off the north gates of campus. You never know what else you're gonna see. You might see a couple of people out there dancing for a little change. But it's one of those kind of stores, like it's a hood store, and nobody know what the real name of the store. I think it's Triplet, but everybody calls it the Blue Store because it's a literal blue store. So if you get the Baton Rouge, you need to go to the Blue Store. That's everybody talks about the Blue Store. Blue Store in the field. That's the one I'm talking about in the field, right there right there on Mill Street.
What y'all got left on the basketball schedule that's like worth coming to? What's gonna be the games?
We still got as far as Southern, we still got JSU and Alcorn coming to town in a few weeks. We play Alabama A&M, Alabama State next week at home. And then FAMU and Bethune Cookman. I gotta look at the dates, but I wish Jackson State was on a Saturday and not a Monday. But
Oh, it's on
Alcorn,
Monday.
yeah, Alcorn is on Saturday. We play them on Saturday and
Okay.
Jackson on Monday. But I think these I'm sorry. Y'all don't listen to this part right here. There's no rats in the well, not that I know of, but hey, they might add to the flavor. So just ignore it, just think it's all chicken and you be good. But um we still got a few good games, man. Like I said, this weekend we had an offensive explosion in men's basketball. Um that coach from Pine Bluff, bro, I never seen a coach substitute as many guys at one time or any time, man. The guy substituted 20 seconds into the game. I've never seen that before in my life. No foul or nothing. I think we had committed a foul, and he took a guy out 20 seconds into the game. I'm like, okay. And he did that all game long, and we, it was just not a close game. Valley put up a good fight, but SWAC men's basketball, it's too even to tell, man. I don't know who's gonna win it.
Man, you know who's gonna win it with the girls.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just want to see somebody stay within 10 points of them. If somebody can finish, if somebody can lose by 10, that's a dub to me. So
that's crazy.
That's a dub to me.
Like, I think I'm. You said that game on Monday though, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, the Pine Bluff game was wild. The women's game was pretty entertaining, but the men's game was just never close. And I just think they just couldn't find a rhythm,
Yeah.
But they played better at Grambling on Monday, so that was seemed like a one-time thing.
No, not necessarily, but
I mean, to get beat like that, not
yeah.
But I mean, truth be told, man, looking at the teams in the conference, everybody's, Valley. They lost bad to Southern and Texas Southern, but every other game they lost really close. And, nobody separated themselves. So I really could see any team from first place to fifth place. Honestly, I can see any one of the teams finishing first because who knows what's going to happen, when things really start to shake out.
Right.
Yeah, JSU beat that. Did you see that FAMU score? They beat FAMU like 90-something to 30-something.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I saw that.
Good Lord. And the score was like 18-12 early. I was like, okay, FAMU, you gonna hang in here. I looked at the score again. I'm like, every couple of seconds you can see that score getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I just enjoy watching them play, man. They are a very good team.
Los J,
what's up? We've been talking a little bit of this and that. We've just been all over the place, mainly talking about the Southern Jackson game moving to Birmingham. Just a mix of things, man. We just been kind of chopping it up.
That was UAPB. Pine Bluff, they did that too. Why y'all didn't go on to score 100? Y'all gonna score 99 and stop?
We was trying, man. We was trying. We had put a guy in that don't play. He had a wide open layup. He missed it. So they didn't make that mistake against Valley. They got a steal and laid it up, and Valley got mad. So they wanted to fight after that.
Oh man. Hey, there's one thing I can say about PB though, man. I don't know how it is at this moment today, but home games for basketball, you talking about hostile environment, like it's very hostile. It gets heated in there. It'd be some good games going on, man.
Yeah, like I say, Grambling got a good environment like that. Yeah, Los J hooked me up with this shirt, and that's my boy. That's my TSU Connect. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you could hook me up some tickets somewhere.
Say now you're getting greedy. Ain't you?
I know. Hey, you got to try, Yeah. But like I say, Grambling got a great environment. Fam, you got a beautiful arena, man. They got a nice energy, but it hasn't been full. Yeah. Southern got a group of 10 people that sit on one side and they make a lot of noise. Everybody else kind of just sit and watch. But I hate going to places like Valley and Grambling and Pine Bluff because those are tough places to play, man. Regardless of how the team is, it's really tough to play there.
Pay for yeah, tickets ain't floating around like they used to. I remember when I was growing up, man. They used to be able to get a ticket to the game easy. Now you can't find one. You can't even buy one sometimes.
Yeah, man. Like I say, I used to know, who I could go to, and I need 4 tickets for this game, and before I could finish asking, they right there. Yeah. It times is hard, man. Times is hard, but I just like a good basketball environment, man. TSU, another place that's I don't know about when everybody come to town, but I know when Southern come to town, it is tough in Houston, man.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I seen matter of fact, FAMU, the last basketball game they had over the weekend. I don't know if you saw clips of it, but it was pretty packed in there, man.
Yeah, they did have a good turnout for that the JSU game.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
what it
think
was.
I think school is back in, so I think you're gonna see a lot of crowds get better.
Yeah,
Um,
recruits
it's just
too.
been,
They had recruits there.
I think that's what college basketball is, man. Students making noise, heckling people.
Yeah.
We used to have a section that we did that back in the day. We used to sit right behind the bench and yell at everybody. Get the roster and yell at
Yeah.
everybody. Pick out one guy and see if you can make him turn around on the bench and look at you, get in trouble with his coach. It just just have some fun. So I think those kind of things make college basketball.
I can't. I've only been to a couple, so C. Wells got a. I've only been to PB, Grambling, Valley. They're about the only three I've been to for basketball.
Like I say, for me, TSU for sure. That place just gets crazy. Prairie View is a good place. The Baby Dome. Before they renovated that gym at Valley, that was a hot box, man. You like people on top of each other, small high school gym, and you could go in there and lose with a great team because strange things happen with the whistles and things. You know, I mean, if anybody been to Valley, you know that strange things happen when you go to Valley. So you pack everything in a little bitty gym that hold like 800 people, and everybody's in there, and it's all hot and crowded. It's tough. It used to be at Alabama A&M at Elmore. That place used to be really tough. Um, Crowd used to be close enough to touch you on the court. So I think they building a new gym, so that's probably going away. But everybody got their own little advantages. But I love TSU, man, and I'm not just saying that because I'm wearing the shirt. But TSU home arena, it's tough to play there, and that's what you really want, a tough environment to win in.
Yeah, I think when did they renovate Valley? I'm thinking I went to the old arena because I went there probably like 2008 for a
Yeah,
game.
they did it like I won't say like 2012 or something like that.
Yeah, so I was in the
It was
old
recently
place. Yeah.
because they did the stadium renovation and all that at the same time.
What
But if you,
renovation to the stadium?
well, I mean, didn't they do some work at the stadium?
I
I thought
mean,
they did
they
something.
they they might have supposed to have done it, but I hadn't. I don't know what they did, but
They, I thought I heard they had did something. I hadn't been to Valley in a long time, so I
yeah,
can't say. But you know, Valley is the strangest place, man. I'm just gonna say that it is. If you haven't been, man, you need to go. It's just it's just one of a kind. And when you do go, there's a wall around the campus. My father helped build it, so I just shout him out on that. He used to always tell us that when we go to Valley. So I just want to tell y'all,
and take your own water. The water
yes,
kind of brown, but
and bring some off with you for the mosquitoes.
in the country, man.
Yes, the mosquitoes ain't no joke.
That's all
But
I got, man. I'm
yeah,
gonna
like
try to check that game out this weekend though. Grambling to Jackson State. I wish the girls was playing there, but can't get
yeah,
that lucky.
that that would be a good drive, man. Grambling women's team is, they I don't know how close the game gonna be, but they got a solid team. So hopefully they can put up a fight. Southern and Jackson State on Monday should be a big women's game. We can shoot the ball. We got at least a chance to keep it close, but man, we don't have the size that JSU got. But that team, man, I really hope they can make it through and make it to the tournament and see what they can do in the big tournament. So
That's the same question I asked. We got to actually get an official answer on that.
yeah, I mean, I heard that they were taking all 12. Um, that was from somebody who heard from somebody in the athletic department at Southern.
Yeah.
But I'm still operating under the assumption that they they taking 8, which I like. I like 8 because it puts a little bit more pressure on you to try to
Of
finish in
course.
that top 8. So you don't want to finish 9 and miss out. So I like it better that way. But I think
Most
with
should say
um,
12.
so if they take a 12, then hey, everybody's going. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, maybe somebody can get hot and go on a run if they taking all 12. So I think I want to try to check out the SWAC tournament too. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just somebody need to beat us, so maybe I
Yeah, I'm
can
not far
jump off of.
from Birmingham, actually. I'm like a little over 3 hours, maybe. So,
That's it. I thought it was farther than that.
nah, I'm 2 hours from Montgomery, and that's about another hour and a little change to Birmingham.
Yeah, I always thought it was farther than that. But
Mm-mm.
I I know the distance between y'all and Mobile really well because I used to drive that way all the
Yeah,
time. So
yeah,
that was once I got to Mobile, I was home free.
yeah. That eight. Yeah, I like that better.
Yeah, I like the 8 and the top 4 hosting the first round. That puts so much emphasis on all your games. You want to finish in the top 8 to make the tournament, and you want to finish in the top 4 so you can get a home game. If everything is neutral, if a tournament, everything neutral, anything can happen, man. You playing in an arena you're not used to playing in. The rims funny. You know the seat, the optics behind you are crazy. Anything can happen, and a team get hot. A team like Valley get hot and win a couple games, knock somebody off. And then you throw your shot at the NCAA tournament down the drain for your best team to go. So I like 8, but they want to do 12, so we just had to roll with that.
Yeah,
Recently it's been true. I think it was better when they were playing in Houston because they didn't have they was already there. Everybody else could just stay home, but you know, hey, take a trip to Birmingham. The SWAC office is in Birmingham, so the SWAC headquarters is in Birmingham, and they've been there for a long time. So the SWAC loves Birmingham. Birmingham do things for them. So we kind of have to go with what they want because that's
yeah.
that's pretty much their home. So anything that happens, Birmingham get first dibs at it. All tournaments, Birmingham get first dibs on them pretty much.
Do they play the baseball tournament there too?
Yeah, I think I can't remember if it was there last year. I know a couple years it was in Mississippi, but I know this year's gonna be back in Birmingham for sure. So softball, basketball, baseball,
Track.
all of that they play there. Um, so football when they was playing it, it's just they love Birmingham, and Birmingham give them a lot of leeway with things. They help them out with a lot of expenses, so you can't really beat that if you're looking at it from a SWAC perspective.
Right now, I'm picking Southern to win it all in baseball. I'm throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, don't hey, that's a good answer. I won't ever argue that. JSU gonna be in the mix, but Southern baseball is other than like 2 or 3 years where we were really bad. Southern baseball is always gonna be in the mix. I think
PB
at one
ain't
point,
bad either.
yeah, y'all sneak up
Yeah,
on people too.
yeah.
The West in baseball, just anybody in the West in baseball is gonna be tough to beat. Yeah, I would say everybody in the West is a contender. But yeah, I think at one point they did look at moving to Houston for the SWAC headquarters. I think they thought about New Orleans a couple of times, but they just keep coming back to Birmingham, man. Birmingham is that old reliable. They just they don't look the best, but they feed you and treat you good. If you know what I'm saying.
Is Los J saying TSU gonna win in baseball?
TSU gonna be in the mix. Like I said, I think you could pretty much pull almost anybody from the West and be good. So the West is best in baseball. So
I think BCU out the East. I'm picking Bethune Cookman out the
yeah, they're
East.
gonna be tough, fam. You're gonna be tough too. BCU definitely is a baseball program. Alabama State got a good baseball program recently, and of course JSU. But the West is the best. I think I do love the addition of the Florida schools to the conference in baseball. I think that's gonna really make baseball even better. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that we do get to host power teams in baseball. Southern got a home game with Missouri, and we play a series with LSU. So you get them kind of teams to come to your home in baseball that no other sport they're gonna come to your school.
How is Southern in track?
We was down for a while. I think the track program is coming back up. We in the '90s we had a really good track program. Coach Johnny Thomas, he unfortunately passed away a few years ago. Program started to go down, but I think it's on the rise again. So we not really we really good in the field event.
Okay.
So I think we've been in the mix of everything. We got a good bowling team too. So just
Y'all
thought I'd
better
throw
than
that out there.
Grambling?
No, I don't think we're that good, but we can hang.
Yeah. Everybody get drafted. I don't know.
I'm trying to think when the last kid got drafted. I would say it's been a few years. I know it hadn't been anybody recently, but I know it's been within the last 10 years.
Well, man, I guess it's gonna be about dinner time for me. I think most of y'all probably didn't eat, but I ain't eat nothing.
I know. I ain't there either, man. So it's about time for us to get on up out of here. We'll be back next week. Pretty much gonna talk signing day next week. So
Yeah.
hopefully Southern can hold on to these guys, man. Coach Hugh need to leave Baton Rouge alone.
Yeah. Hey, but one more thing. Hey, I am always hungry too. But hey, but you know what's gonna make what's gonna come of this though? The Bayou Classic gonna be extra lit. By him flipping
Yes,
guys, like Southern gonna want to beat them so bad they're gonna heckle them dudes if they go to Grambling and lose. It's gonna be on and popping in New Orleans, man.
yeah. You got mixing with. We got like 3, 4 Grambling coaches on our staff. You know
Yeah.
they flipping guys. It's gonna be hot and heavy, man. And hopefully both teams be good, and that make it even better. So I would love to be able to sit with my head up at the Bayou Classic and not spend 4 quarters with my head in my hands. So if I can get that, then I'm happy.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. You learn a lot about Grambling the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season because they playing some heavy hitters in the beginning of the year. So we'll know a lot about them early.
Yeah, I think early gonna show a lot for everybody. So and nobody gonna be able to skate by this year
Yeah.
at all. Everybody gonna have to bring their A game from week one, and the best survive. That's the way I look at it. The best
Yeah.
team survive.
All right, man. I think we're gonna try to find me some jerk chicken somewhere.
Uh-oh, he on
Yes,
it.
sir.
He on the prowl.
Yes,
And
sir.
well, you go ahead and get your grub, man. I'm gonna go ahead and step off and get my meal. We're having lasagna tonight. I know y'all don't care, but I just like to local
Everybody's not so
fare.
fortunate to have a wife to cook for them, so some of us
Woo,
got to
man.
fend for ourselves out here. It's hard out here.
Hey, it's lovely, man. It's lovely.
All
But
right, Doc.
all right, y'all stay up. We're gonna holler at y'all next week.
All right.